Hello, friends, and welcome to a scratchy voiced edition of Snap Judgments. I am Glazer, your host, as seemingly always now, as Roy has abandoned me now that I'm on the other side of the world. I said that for his benefit as he still edits and uploads these. Hi, Roy. Also, hi, everyone, and hi to our other host, Nick the Greek Geek. Hello, Nicholas.
How you doing, Glazer? Happy Friday. Happy just whatever. I'm here. You're here. It's nice to have you here. I'm glad to be here.
I have an important question for you.
Uh-oh.
Are you
Yes.
Santa Claus with the time machine? You are jolly, you are old, you are a saint, and you are Nick. Are you Santa Claus with the time machine?
And I'm a little overweight right now, so yeah,
that
fits. Maybe I am. But don't tell
Nick,
anybody. It's my secret.
Nick the
secret
Claus
identity.
Geek. You should be Nick the Claus.
Ooh.
Rebrand.
Could I use Wolverine's claws?
I mean, I'm not a graphic designer. As long as you don't ask me to draw it, yeah.
All right. I might have to use Devilish's guy. Maybe have something fun and creative there.
I stopped listening. I don't know anything you're saying because Ika on screen below us. He's our expert. I was going to do a whole intro for him, but a kitty came on screen, and then I just been looking at the kitty. My kitty, I'm mad at. So, but I love your kitty.
Yeah, your kitty last night was trying to murder you from above.
He tries to murder me fairly regularly. That's fine. That doesn't actually bother me. That's just his way. He's a cat, and I'm obviously a mouse. But at 6:30 in the morning on the one day I don't have to wake up super early, I guess at like 6 in the morning, he spent forever crying for food, like screaming at the top of his lungs for food until I had to get up and feed him. So I'm like, you fucking little garbage cat, I'd throw you out window. So naturally I got up and fed him like the obedient human I am, but I'm mad at him because it was super annoying. So I locked him out of the room and then he cried about that, but I didn't care. I just turned on the white noise machine and knocked at the white noise machine isn't a white noise machine. It's an air purifier. You turn on the air purifier, which is loud, and then
same difference.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask, are you one of those people that once you're awake, or you're obviously able to go back to sleep?
I can go to sleep literally right now on podcast. I could pull a super tech out without any problem right now. But speaking of gods, we have the god of rap joining us. His cat's gone. So it's the god of rap. It is M and Ika. I mean, Ika and M. I mean, Ika MTS. It's Ika. He's our expert. We're going to talk mostly about the OTA because holy shit. And so Ika's going to be our expert. Tell us about yourself.
I'm an expert. No. What do you want me? I play.
What do you want me to say? I don't know. You've been here before.
See, this is why I'm not a rapper. I can barely put two bars together.
He's not a rapper. He just decks a lot.
Yeah. You've seen me, Ika _ MTS. I stream the game, and I built the decks that you play.
You do?
Oh yeah, not the decks I play. I don't play your decks. I'm on strike.
That's true. Yeah. Well,
I feel like you're just like that kitty
lately. But
are you still holding it against him with sharing that one deck that one time, not to you directly? So
yes, he never shares decks with me directly. Yes. I literally just have a tab of his Untapped. I don't need him for shit. The only question is, have I checked his Untapped lately?
Straight from the source.
Yeah, I've got fucking who did it? Roram, I think, made his Untapped private, and I was like, oh man, you jerk.
Oh man,
but like,
rude.
Yeah, it's okay. Safety does every so often when he gets mad at me. It's fine. It's fine. I just have a
that's his punishment to you. Is he?
Someone commented, he's like, he just gets all his decks off on tapped. I was like, yes, but not in the way you think. People DM me decks, but like it's like 3 a.m. after I've recorded fairly often for me when they do. So like when I'm ready to record, I just tend to check Untapped now. I'm like, all right, let's check the same 17 people on Untapped, and then I scroll and check my messages on Twitter and such. It's a fairly simple process at this point. Thanks, Untapped. We are the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone. Oops. Hey, Ika, what's your name so people can find you?
I said it.
Say it again.
I got it covered.
Say it again.
Ika _ MTS.
How do you spell Ika?
I K.
Mm-hmm. Okay, because it's not EEKJA.
It's not Ika.
Or we have one of my friend's husband. I guess he's my friend now too, but like ILKJA, which is Ilke. Which I was like,
Oh.
are you saying Iga and pronouncing it really funny? Because I don't know. And then they spelled it for. I was like, no, not at all. I was hopeful that I had another Iga in my life, but I don't. Hey Nick, where
Yeah.
don't you stream?
What? Where don't I stream? At Nick Greek Geek, and that's with a DA instead of a THE because of poor decisions. And usually I stream afterwards, but life has been chaos. I was like, oh, my kids are going back to school. Everything is going to get back to normal. No. And then my car had an issue, and then my daughter's car had an issue, and then my car had another issue. So it's been a little crazy.
The real problem is that his kids come home like every 5 minutes and he can't wean them off the teat. The teat is too addictive.
I think any comment that I make on that is not going to come across in any way, so I'm just going to abstain.
All right. I am PulseGlazer on Twitch and SnapJudgmentsPod on YouTube. Please do check us out. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/snapjudgments. We do a massive amount of content. We're even doing, and you can yell at me if you feel like it. A bunch of people are really weird about it. Instead of not watching, they're yelling. But hey, more power to you. Raid Shadow Legends is sponsoring a bunch of content. We're doing about 3 videos a week there. It has resulted in 0% less Marvel Snap videos. Actually, it's forcing me to do more Marvel Snap videos than I would like to. So if you're interested, please do check it out. If you're not, hey, no harm, no foul. But I'm not sure what you're getting by deciding that this game you've never played is pure evil and terrible. But hey, more power to you. I'm
a sense of pride and accomplishment.
I guess I'm having a really good time. People be like, but they want your money. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not giving them my money, so I don't see what the downside here is. I'm having fun.
No, in fact, they're giving you money, which is the whole point of you doing it.
It's really like opposite, right? Like the game is like, we want to make money. Let's give him money. It's like, yeah, it's awesome because you're not making money for me. I mean, yes, they technically are. People have downloaded the game and stuff, right? But I'm like leading a free-to-play brigade, so it's cool. So I'm going to address something really quickly. I don't have a great take, or I don't have a take I really care about for the current American political situation. I left. If there comes a point, I'm never shy about talking about politics here. Nick asked if I plan to address it, and I plan to address it mostly to say like, nah, I don't know, like some dude died, and like I don't generally care when people who wouldn't mourn me die. And so that's my basic stance. Yes, there's a bunch of stuff about political murders and such, but this isn't the first political murder in America in a month, let alone like in any recent times. And I didn't comment on the last one, so I feel very little need to go into any great depth about this one. If you would really like my take, I don't know, hit me up on Discord. I have one, but like it's not a thing for this. It's not like the kind of like social call that I feel I need to make. So hopefully you're cool with that. And if you're not, hey, have fun. All good?
All set. All
Thanks.
good?
We're going to talk about the 5 cards that came out this season before the OTA, and then we're going to talk about the OTA, and that's kind of the whole episode. Oh, damn it. I should probably update my Viv Vision picture still.
No.
I keep forgetting.
Speaking of, I think I sent you a message on Discord about that, so we'll work on that. We'll figure this out.
So what I actually want to, I guess it's probably positive, because what I actually want to say about Viv Vision, who is a 3/2 at the start of each turn, give all cards in your hand +1 power if you're winning here, otherwise move this to another location, is Viv should be a 3/3. That's what the conversation was going to be. Like, I have a conversation point, I think, for all of these cards. That's why they're here again after last week. Now that we've played with all of them, there's a thing I want to say about them. And so I think Viv should be a 3/3. You can review her in any way you want, but that's the discussion I want to have. Ika?
No, I'm with you 100%. 3/3 feels just about right. Like there is a chance that 3/3 is too good, and maybe they saw something earlier when it was data mined as a 3/3, and then they bumped it down just the last minute. But you know, it could be a 3/3. Like it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I think that's a very reasonable and meter take. I think they've done other stuff to cards in the past, and I know they're concerned about, a massive surfer meta, but they're clearly not against taking big swings, and they have taken big swings in the past. I mean, make her stronger and you'll sell more season pass cards. You'll anger people, but people are getting angry over everything anyway, so why not at least give it a shot? She just feels clunky right now. When she works really well. Like she could be really powerful, but it just feels clunky.
So I want to play. I want to play her with cards that both want prio and cards that get paid off for getting prio, right? And then at
Mhm.
3/2, she breaks my curve too much as a 3-drop to really do
Mhm.
that. Like outside of Surfer, obviously, but even in Surfer, I'm not sure she's better than the nerfed Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I've had both in hand and been like, this is just Mr. Fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
it's just that she does basically like her move is really nice, right? But
Mhm.
in a Surfer deck or in certain decks, it's basically nothing, right? Like it's sort of nothingy, especially because it doesn't happen on the last turn. This
Yeah.
is a start of turn effect. Like it's, I don't know. I mean, it happens on the last turn, but you know what I mean, right? It doesn't happen at the end of the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
because of all, like, it's just I don't care about the move in the decks that want the buff, and I mean, the buff is nice, but in some decks I just want the move so I can make my miles cheaper, and I'd rather have that
Yeah.
than the buff. And then I'm choosing
Yeah.
between the two means that her 3/2 stat line is like actually a problem for me in a way I didn't think it would be.
It just
Yeah.
feels weird. It feels way underpowered, but I know they do testing in the background and maybe there's something that they saw that we didn't, but I think there's also a difference from what they see and what the actual meta looks like in
Well,
Yeah.
they originally tested it as a 3/3 end of turn, right?
Mhm.
And like that means they were testing it in a I don't know what the word is, environment that also had Invisible Woman first steps and
Yeah.
that all that stuff unnerfed. At which
Mhm.
point I understand why they thought this was too strong.
Yeah.
But we don't live and like a 2/2 Mr. Fantastic, right? Like with a Mr. Fantastic
Mhm.
2/2, this should be a 3/2.
But there's not a
Like
Mr. Mr. Fantastic anymore, so it's like, okay,
right.
well,
So this
what
should
if
be a 3
we
3.
Yeah.
So we're all in agreement. That was easy. I did not expect
Yeah.
that. All right. Woohoo! Not so hot take. All right. Sparky, right now, ready? Is a top 5 card in Marble Snap. I mean, you can argue it's Human Torch or Madam Web, I guess. But like Move, I think is probably the best deck, and I don't know if Move exists at anything approaching this level without Sparky or Madam Web or Human Torch. So pick whichever one you personally want to credit. I think Sparky. People ridiculously sleep on an end of game Sparky with Dagger, where it represents like 18 power. But like with Human Torch, it's obviously completely broken, like completely and utterly broken.
Yeah.
You can pick whichever of the two cards you want to say is the best, but I think Sparky is unbelievably, crazily stupid. And nerfing all the tech cards while move is this good was a choice.
Mhm.
Yeah. Certainly. Like I won't disagree with you in terms of your placement for this card in terms of like 5 cards or whatever. Obviously, the synergy is with Human Torch. Human Torch got buffed because of this. Like it was a
Hmm.
nerf event initially, but now it's a buff because of this
Yep,
card. Because now it's you just getting astronomical numbers by basically doing nothing. Um,
and not worrying about Killmonger.
Sometimes exactly. Well, even more so now. But the only thing um, the only thing with move is like you do have to be trying to win other lanes. Let's put it that
Hmm.
way. A lot of the time, move players, especially inexperienced move players that I see on ladder, they just kind of win one lane really well, and that's it. You know, they have a hard time calculating or distributing power evenly. Um, Movie's not easy to play. I mean, it's Marvel Snap. It's like everything's pretty easy to play, but Move is definitely one of the harder ones to play. But no, I agree. This card is very, very strong. It's everything that what's that other activate 4/7 that moves everything
Oh,
to the right.
And Faye.
Fanfei.
Yeah, it's like everything that card wants to be, basically.
Mm.
Yeah, no, it's a good card.
Yeah, it's one that I've seen very little, and I have not. It's funny. It's one of those cards that I've upgraded a whole lot, but I have not really played because there's a lot of math involved. There's a lot of thinking involved, and these days my life is chaos, and I don't want to spend that kind of time thinking to that degree and calculating. You know, if I want to do that, I would go with like a werewolf deck, which I know is not nearly as strong, but it doesn't take the same level of mathematical computation to figure out how things are going to plan out, and it's a little bit more understandable. But when I have had this card played against me, it's crazy. I had this the other day. Someone pulled the dagger thing, and in one move, well, in one turn, they had a dagger that was a whole crap load of power, and then they proceeded to have Madam Web where it went to. So yeah, this is for the right player. This is an incredibly strong card, but I think that's a big part of it. Is it's there's not as many players in Snap that can effectively utilize this. Like he was saying, you kind of need to win two. You don't need 3 lanes, but you need to win 2 lanes, and 1 is not enough unless you're playing a tribunal. And I'm surprised we haven't seen more move tribunal right now.
I would like to complain about something unrelated, but that Nick made me think of. I still see Sparky fucking constantly. I've been trying to tank my MMR for a while now. I'm chilling at rank 1000. I finished last season at like 1500. Why am I still playing Jay Walla and Chamo every 3rd game? This is really annoying. I'm tanking my MMR. Stop giving me these players. I don't have the time or mental energy to beat them anymore, and it's hard.
Remember, your MMR is set on the lead up to it, so clearly you have not tanked it nearly enough. You just need to have me play your account, and I can apparently tank your MMR because,
I don't want to bring
the last couple of months have not been great for me.
It's not ideal. It's really, really annoying. Like, whatever. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing so much Sparky. I think Move is probably the best deck after the OTA, but we'll discuss that later. Awesome, Andy. Like, we really couldn't have made this a reasonable card. Like, why release this? What are, like, this is just insulting. Am I wrong to be insulted by this? Like,
it virtually is not. It's not a card. This is not a card in the game.
Right.
I've seen one person maybe play it the day it came out. Like, it's just it's kind of like it's strange. Like, you don't even understand. Like, okay, we have Herbie in this game, right? Like, right? Like, it's kind of much better than that. Why are we doing this? But maybe they have plans in the future with all the new Activate stuff that's coming out. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand why the decision of, well, maybe we just don't release a mid card as a whole. And the frustrating thing about this card is that animation is great. It's like, even the base art is fun. There's something playful about it, and it's nice to see that in Snap. His variant is really cute too. You would like to see this be good, but yeah, like, we could just choose Herbie. Herbie's a better option and provides other utility rather than just this. Sure. And he's the same cost. So why? Just why?
I think that the reason to do this and why I'm insulted, which crystallized in my brain while listening, is because all this does is dilute snap packs. And I think that's why they printed it. So that you can't just open snap packs and get what you want. You have to spend extra.
Here's the thing, though. You can dilute snap packs with, like, playable cards. They don't have to be, like, amazing, but
But I think they want you to have FOMO and get some junk and then go get something else, right? Like, it's really shitty. Like, you invented this new system that you have to release a bunch of terrible cards for, or that they seemingly feel like they have to release a bunch of terrible cards for, because pretty soon we have Jim Hammond.
Best card of the season?
I can't imagine Jim Hammond being good. If he can cook with him, I will be very impressed. Omega Sentinel is going to be broken when Jocasta comes up. A 417 is fucking stupid, and that's what she is when Jocasta comes up. That is my big take. I think she's good right now, and she's really, really frustrating. I don't know if you've ever played Dokken and had the opponent play Omega Sentinel, but that shit sucks. You're like, oh, that's a -3 Dokken. I don't want to double that 3 times. Because Dokken is the highest power thing on your board, or at least tied with, right? So yeah, that's super annoying. But the other thing is, like, this card's going to be great. We often overlook just the sheer numbers on cards. It's why Fantasticar was so good. It's why Fantasticar is still good, even though everyone cut it. But like, eventually someone will realize, wait, 411s are good. Well, if 411s are good, 417s are really, really good. And Omega Sentinel should see more play. See, also, right now, people should be messing with Ms. Marvel more, but that's a aside.
Yeah, Yeah, this card will sneak up on people, and everybody will be like, "Oh, how come we didn't think of using this card?" And that includes me. I don't play this card. I don't put it in any decks. It doesn't really inspire me to make anything. But yeah, as soon as the pieces will fall together with all the new cards coming out this coming season, you're gonna see this card, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, I can't believe I didn't realize this card was good." Yeah.
Yeah, it's another one that if only for the animation on this card is phenomenal. Like it looks so cool. And it's -7 is a big hit. I don't care if you've got an Infinite out there. That drops it down to a 13. And people aren't running Luke Cage unless you're running C2, which anyway, I'm not going to talk about C2. I think that this has potential in a lot of the affliction decks, and I do think with Jocasta it's going to be insane and people are going to hate this card. But as long as Luke Cage isn't in the meta, this is a nice threat to have on the board that your opponent has to play around. Yeah, no, I think it's a good card. I think this is a solid card. I don't think it's meta breaking, but it's a solid card.
I think it's going to be meta breaking. Just that's what my take is. I'm pretty sure this is going to like completely change the meta. Just in a few weeks, not yet. All right. Moira is in 3 months, 6 months, the best card we've talked about so far. Moira is incredible, and I think I finally got Ika to disagree. Playing this in any deck that has multiple pieces, like, because that's what actually makes it so good in Destroy. That Destroy wants to re-see its Destroy enablers or re-see Death or get an extra X23 is like, because there's so many good options. What's making it less impressive in Victoria Hand is you want another Victoria Hand. There's no other card you're crazy to get a second copy of, right? Like if there's multiple cards you want a second copy of, this card feels insanely good. And that obviously deck has to be able to support like a little destroy package to run Moira. But I think that is easier. We used to run back in my day, we used to run mini destroy packages and things like Sarah. With
Nova.
What's his name? Winter Soldier, right? Like it's not that hard to actually fit in when the deck it's a deck that it makes sense in. It just feels like it is because we haven't done it in a while. So we've got all these other packages we want to play. I think Moira is worth doing a little destroy package, which is also just really good points in a deck that can support it and has multiple pieces at once.
Yeah, no, I think even the tournament that we had just last week basically kind of proved how strong this card can be. A lot of players were bringing this and doing really well with it. Yeah, it's a good card. I think it's just kind of like they kind of nailed it with this one, right? Like it's specific. It's got its own archetype you got to do, and you got to hybridize or whatever. It's not overpowered by any means in that way, because some of the cuts you have to make in terms of deck building kind of make up for whatever the power you're getting out of this card, right? So I think it's just a fantastic card. Like they kind of just nailed it. Like I don't feel like it's overpowered or anything. It's just spot on, I think.
Yeah, this is what I think new cards should look like. Not overpowered, not weak, good animation again, and an interesting
great animation.
Change
the others are good.
Yeah,
this one's great.
The only thing that's annoying is when it's on the board, you can't see the cards that it's going to bring back, that seems like
either
a big
either
oversight.
you could see it or you both could see it. Was their program? Was their
well, hard call.
Yeah,
fair.
So be it. I'd rather.
Yeah, them not be able to see it. That's that. Oh, right, because that was the bug. Okay, I was a bit out of the loop with that, so that would explain why the bug was there. Yeah, it's a good card. I love the fact that it has inspired things like destroy Victoria Hand decks or stock destroy. The biggest problem with stock destroy is that oftentimes you're holding some of your big cards and you want your Deadpool to come back. You don't want your Deadpool to just fritter out into nothing. And I've had that happen before because you're not planning that hand size, the +3. But that's another thing that's nice about it is you're getting the +3. So you've got a bit of flexibility. It's not like Moon Girl where you throw Moon Girl down and now you don't draw next turn potentially if you have, too many cards in hand. And this is something you can put on the board, but it also requires the when to put it on board, because that's a factor. If you put it on board before something else and she dies first, that's like that Deadpool. That Deadpool doesn't come back into your hand. So there is some strategy around how best to play it. And I think that's good. It takes it away from being a card that's just crazy overpowered to a card that is really, really good.
I think it's going to end up OP. I think eventually what they're going to change is that she can't copy herself. Because someone's going to figure out how to, when that happens, completely break her. I'm waiting for it. It's a matter of time. Because I've gotten, I've done 3 null games when my opponent played Magic. I won that.
That's a lot of nulls.
Yeah,
you think?
I've regularly done 3 death games. 3 death games aren't even hard to do. That's just like, oh, I have 36 energy. 36 power for 0 energy is a good place to be in Marvel Snap. Eventually someone's going to completely break the like, oh, she's in your opening hand thing, or something will break the she's in your opening hand thing, and that's what she's going to be completely absurd. Like, she'll be good in the games when you draw her and there's multiple good hits, and then there's the games where you draw her and like you draw her in your opening hand and the other thing and she breaks. I think that's what's going to take her over the top. That, especially in tournament play, I think is part of what made her so strong in the tournament. Because if you could combo and loop her like that, if you saw the right deck, and if you can combo and loop her, your opponents, like, because it wasn't known how strong that was, your opponents wouldn't necessarily run right away, and you can just farm them.
Which is always the fun part of new cards, is people not realizing what you can do. Like, I think my favorite moments in Snap are like, oh shit, I did not realize that would work like that. And then you go in immediately after that game, you try and find that deck and you build the deck and you play the deck and you suck at the deck and then you get better at the deck. That's the loop that I like in Snap, is seeing something unexpected, seeing something that just is interesting and different, because it's sometimes just very samey. And as much as I'm not thrilled with the meta right now, I definitely don't think the meta is completely one-sided as it has been in the past. Back in the days of
there is no meta right now,
for sure. Yeah,
there like the meta does not exist. There is no meta right now.
Like right now.
Just right. Yes.
Like, well, as of literally right now, there is like, as of recording this on what is 10:22 p.m. on 9:12 Eastern, for those of you wondering, on Friday. Friday? Is it still Friday there? Yeah,
Friday.
Right. So, okay, Saturday here. So, there is no meta. Like, the meta can't be stale because there is no, like, literally from game to game, you have zero idea what you're playing against. Like, I'm like one of the best in the world at like seeing a deck and be like, oh, I know who made that, and I can even track the last like 6 iterations on that list, right? I look at decks, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I lost 8 to a Shadow King yesterday, a 3/3 Shadow King. I was like, oh, that's the only card that beats me there. Shit. I had mentally deleted that card from my brain. It was in it wasn't even in a Victoria hand, it was in something really weird. It was just like, it was in a Surfer. I was like, fuck, I guess.
See, this is the problem when I listen to you, because my brain's just like, oh yeah, Red Guardian is dead, and I got Red Guardian and I lost the game because of it. And I'm just like,
but Red Guardian is dead.
Glazer said you're dead.
Red Guardian is dead. Like, if people play remotely well, like playing a 3/2 Red Guardian is a terrible idea. Playing a 3/3 Shadow King is a pretty bad idea. You can win with bad cards. That doesn't make them not bad cards.
It increases their surprise factor because you're assuming that people are only going to play good cards, so they're not necessarily playing around a Shadow King. They regularly have a fairly dead card in their hand and deck, which is going to lose you more games than those 1 to 2 games that having them that way does. But those games that it does win you when people aren't prepared for it, it's a cube equity is pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. I know we have more cards.
I mean, we're going to talk about the OTA after this next card.
Yeah.
So I think Bastion is great. I think Bastion is also incredibly strong. I think it's stronger than Moira. I think it's stronger than Viv. I don't think it's stronger than Sparky now, but eventually Sparky is going to be like a 2/2+2. So get ready for that shit. It might be 2 or 3 months, but it's going to happen, right? When it's not for sale. But Bastion is really, really good and really, really hard to use. And I think he's going to be great. I truly believe he's going to be great. But this OTA is going to make this card and then the next couple real, real hard to evaluate. And I think that is really annoying for the player base, given the current sales model of the game.
Yeah, no, this card, I really like this card. I've been playing it quite a bit, and actually like Pixie that has a little bit of ongoing in there. You know, you get like a gore discount or something like that. You pop it back out. It's like you're just crushing them basically with this card. And it's great with V-Hand as well, right? Like if you're forced to play V-Hand on curve, you kind of get a copy back. It's kind of like an extra Frigga in a way. This card is good. It has a lot of utility. The problem is what this card does is make those kinds of decks, like specifically I'm thinking of like ongoing, more of a mid-range deck, but right now because of the OTA we're running into like high combo decks, and this kind of just has no place, because why do this when you can just play like Onslaught on top of something, you know what I mean? Like this is like a mid-range gap, like a bridge for like these kinds of decks. And right now, we're just so far away from mid-range decks, I feel like, at least. So yeah, no, it's a good card. It will last. It will have like it will age well.
Yeah, the message I got from Butt after the OTA was just simple, 3 words: mid-range is dead.
Yeah,
totally
How could it not
unsolicited.
be?
Mid-range is dead. Yeah, basically. Although Scream seems to be doing okay statistically.
Yeah.
Ika, you play Pixie? I would never have known.
No, I know. I'm exploring outside of my.
Let me know if you're gonna play Wiccan next.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a card that in a Victoria hand deck, when the meta is not what it is right now, I think this is incredibly powerful and an incredibly good card. And it's just the meta is not friendly to it. Again, mid-range is dead, so he's going to have his time. I think he's a card that's worth getting. I just think he's a card that isn't suited for this exact moment. But yeah, getting another Victoria hand and another card, both of which get buffed, and you played Frigga beforehand, so you have yet another one. That'd be good.
I have nothing else to add. I think this card will be great in a meta that is real.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the weirdest OTA ever. They nerfed, how many cards is this? 8 cards? Every single one a tech card. Some of these will change. Some of these will not. I want to talk about what they mean, how likely they are to stay the way they are, or just revert back with some other modification. I'm very curious where we land on this, what this does to the meta, what this means. I had a really weird moment where I wanted to play a second 10 in the lane, and I went, I can't, Shang-Chi, pressed end turn, and then went, wait, I'm supposed to play 2 10s in a lane now, right? To lock down that lane like that. Because then Shang isn't enough to win that lane anymore, right? Like, and this just changed the paradigm to Marvel Snap entirely. Is mid-range dead? Question mark. Like, these are questions I want to explore in this section, starting with the other thing I want to explore when we're done, someone remind me if I forget, is I want to talk about cards that were buffed by these nerfs.
Okay.
So, or we can do that sort of as we go. Like, because Shang-Chi specifically buffs certain cards, right? So Shang-Chi is a 4/2, and now it only destroys 1 10 or more power card, and not even the highest, just, 1. What do we think of the Shang change? Nick is blowing kisses to us.
Well,
Teat.
I love you guys.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say something that people might not like. I think this can stay. I think this is fine.
Wow.
Get off my fucking podcast. Right. I mean, why?
Okay, look. I don't mean exactly. You can probably give it the power back, but the way that it destroys, I like it. Here's why. There's only one deck that like truly dies to Shang-Chi. Like gets obliterated. And that's like your Surtur Tens style deck, which often puts multiple 10 cost cards in one lane. And Shang-Chi kind of just obliterates that deck. You just win one lane for free with that, and then you can somehow win the other lane. The thing that this change does is it keeps Shang-Chi fundamentally the same for 90% of the decks. Usually, most decks run 1 or 2 cards that are Shang-Chi-able, and that's your target anyways. There isn't often a time when you can Shang 2 targets in the same lane in a like even like a Wicked deck, right? Like, oh, they're running Galactus for steps. That's pretty much it. Or they might run another one that's a 10, but like you're going to be choosing that anyways. They're not going to be stacking in the same lane anyways. You're going to be choosing which lane you want to Shang-Chi anyways. So fundamentally, it's kind of the same card. What it does, it allows a little more room for a Surtur style deck, which was non-existent. Let's put it that way. Before this changed, no one's playing Tens deck. No one's doing that because it's just too vulnerable, even with your Cosmos and armors or whatever. So you could use a little tuning. I think 4/2 is way too weak for what it does right now. But if you just tune a little bit and keep the text, I think it's fine. I actually think it's okay.
Yeah, I'm a little flummoxed by the reduction in the number of cards he can kill and the power. I figure one, maybe not both, but yeah, the big dumb idiots are eating real good right now, but I don't know if the Electra effect against a Tens deck, because that's the thing is that was the meta previously. Now that Shang is dead, now it has become big dumb idiots world, and now it is let's make the biggest thing possible. And temporarily, I don't think that's the worst thing in the world, but I also don't know if I think it's the best thing in the world. I don't know. I don't think we've had enough time with it. It's literally been a day, so come back next week and see what things are looking like and what people have figured out, and then who knows. But it's going to be interesting. I still think power needs to be controlled to some degree, but I think power was being controlled a bit too much with his playwright and efficacy. The fact that a 4-cost can obliterate 20 power in a single lane is a lot.
I hate this change. I don't like what it's done to the meta. It's just that simple. It's not that I think that, like, if you want to release a second card that does something similar to Shang, that's fine, right? Shang was so good that you never wanted to make a second Shang. But if this is what Shang is, then we desperately need a second Shang, because the meta is just like, I want to play all the biggest things. I don't think that's fun. Straight up, I just don't think if your sandcastles can almost never be kicked, I think the game really suffers. And the game, it was designed around Shang-Chi. Everything was designed with the Shang-Chi in mind. And people, Ika just said, Tens decks can't be good because of Shang. Man, for half of this year, for half of 2025, it is now September. For literally half of this year, the best deck in the game was a Tens deck.
Well, that was for a different reason. That
because
had support
Tens are
that we do not have anymore. Surtur was much better card.
Surtur was a much better card. Scar was, yes, they had to nerf it because Shang was not enough to keep it in check. If Shang were enough to keep it in check, then that deck wouldn't have been the best deck in the game. Shang has always, it's one of my favorite cards, but it's always been the most overrated card in Marvel Snap. Its win rate does not justify its play rate by any means. With its previous stat line, with its previous ability, its win rate did not justify its ability. What it did was police the meta. And now there are no police, and we are apparently not in a Marvel Snap society where that will not lead to just degeneracy and 70-point boards. And you can't you like 70-point boards?
Run this card. You can run this card just fine.
I do too. I think it does
the same thing.
If you made this like a 4/6, we could talk.
Oh, that's. I think 4/4. I'd be like, okay.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because I can put so
what
many
about 4/5? There we go.
More other power.
Meet the middle.
I could live with 4/5. I think it has to be a 4/6.
And that's like a 4/15 essentially, right? That's
yeah. But they can also just stack 2 in one lane, right? Like there are decks right now. The highest win rate deck at High Infinite, at least last I checked, was the Sauron deck, which is just like, here's a few 10+ power things in one lane, which is where we're going to end up once people adjust. We just haven't adjusted yet.
I think in this specific type of meta, I think those Tens and Surtur or like Sauron decks are going to get blown out by even bigger combos that have no checks that we'll get to.
But they will have checks because this isn't forever. Right? Those other combos and lack of checks exist for 2 weeks. So
Well,
like
then Surtur will never be like 10's decks will never be good then, because if it's not in good in this meta, then it won't be good after the changes get reverted or whatever.
if Shang is the change they keep,
But well, that's I think we'll get
right?
to what they will keep or not.
Right, but if Shang is a change they keep, if they make Shang even a 4/4 with this ability, then 10's decks are immediately the best decks again.
I'm gonna say right away that I think they're gonna keep 90 or 80% of these. Not exactly
I
the
think
same, but I think they're gonna keep most of them nerfed.
I think all right. I'm just gonna let's go through. Keep or
Yeah.
change. You think they're gonna keep Shang? I think they're gonna change Shang, although I'm not sure how yet. I think they're gonna change Shang, but not revert Shang, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, in that like I think it will come out of it nerfed, but not like this.
I think it might be 4-2 both sides. At the end of the day,
That's totally different though. I feel like they would have thrown out that
That is
as a
quite the
test
rework.
already. Yeah.
maybe. I don't think
We'll
they're.
see.
I don't
I
think they're
think I
afraid to swing.
think by the end of it, this will come out to be a nerfed card. Let's put it that way. From the original version we have.
I think they're reverting Killmonger to what he was. We're just gonna go through and say change or not change, and then we'll talk about the
Okay.
cards individually.
Okay. I think they will all alter it. It
How?
will come out of it nerfed. Let's put it that way again.
How?
I actually think that, again, this is going to sound controversial. I think it's fine. I think this should just kill your side of the board. That's fine. Like, I think, like,
No.
the place that it got hurt the most is, like, destroy decks that, like, really want this effect on their board, right? Like, you want to pop a bunch of ones and then feel free to play those ones anywhere. So you can, like, bring it back or discount death or whatever it is, right? Like your own game plan. Killmonger has been mostly effective in decks that like already do the plan that Killmonger wants to do for your deck, but plus you get a bonus that your opponent cannot do any one costs, right? Like it's like an added bonus. And I feel like that's not right. Like board wipe effect for your opponent's side as well is maybe a bit much. Like we've just been used to it for so long that I don't think like we've thought about how good that is, right?
Well, so I think that overpowers a lot of what your opponents can do. I think not having a thing for ones for your opponents is a genuine problem and really does change the meta. Like I think that again, Shang and Enchantress more than any other cards here, and maybe Cosmo to a lesser extent, are police. It's not that they
But yeah,
are played every deck, or but you have to keep them in mind when you build a deck.
Yeah.
You can't just say I'm just Zoo, deal with it. You can't just say I'm gonna play Vicky Hand and I'm just gonna run all the one generators, right? You can't do any of those things. You have to keep it in mind. You have to care about prio when you're playing Destroy, lest your Deadpool be the last thing that gets killed. Like losing that is rough. Like really rough. I don't think you can make Killmonger one-sided. I think you can make 2 cards reasonably well out of it. Like, I don't think Killmonger needs to be 1 card, but given their card release system, I don't think that works either. Right? Like, if they break Killmonger, the same problem we have with Luke. If you break it into 2 cards, you're selling me one of them. And now
Yeah.
only half the meta has it, and that half gets to win.
Yeah, and that's where I think things come into a huge problem. Like, I don't know if the change to Killmonger was as necessary. Like Shang, because of the play rate I get, I don't know. Maybe they want to see some, of the Zoo decks flourish, and they know that people, when a card is like, this isn't just a power nerf. This is they are huge, huge swings. These are some of the biggest changes they've made in cards in a long time. So you want to get someone to stop playing a card. That's how you do it. But I don't know. It just feels weird. It doesn't fit. And I don't know how many situations you're going to go, yes, I want to still run this card.
Well, get it is just simple. They looked at every tech card and they nerfed it. Right? Like that's all there is to get. There's nothing more to get than that. Like that's it. Like they can say whatever they wanted. They said, okay, these are the 8 most played tech cards, and we're going to nerf the 8 most played tech cards. But that was the entire logic. That's what they did. So that's why Killmonger is nerfed. The question is, do they decide they like it?
Yeah, I mean, as far as like the nerfs are concerned, like I can look at other cards and be like, oh, you can still run this. This is non-existent right now. The way it is, the way they nerfed it, this card doesn't exist. You just don't worry about it whatsoever. Like nobody's gonna put Killmonger in. Nobody's gonna put Killmonger.
They're gonna put Electric in before they put Killmonger in because
100%.
like,
well, you still run
how many
Killmonger
ones?
and Destroy.
But why?
Because you need a third Destroy card, and you have a bunch of ones you want to destroy.
Yeah, but if they're not in that exact lane, maybe that's something that Killmonger...
But did you know that you control where you play your cards usually?
Yes, no, I understand that, but you can only have but so many ones. You've got an 8 cost death, and I do think death needs to come down in cost if something like this changes. But I think my thinking is, why not have Killmonger kill all the ones on your side of the board and in this lane on the opponent's side?
Yeah.
That's a lot of text for a Series 2 card.
Well, yeah.
But
yeah,
maybe.
Well,
I don't hate it.
Get him in early. It just gets worse from here.
Speaking of Series 2, though, all the people who are low collection level that are just starting to hit Series 3, they're
weird.
Eating.
Yeah.
You got like Enchantress is powerful. No Killmonger to worry about right away. Like you are eating.
And maybe some of it would be related to that, to try and free up that metagame for the players that are getting to a point to where they might want to start investing in snap packs and things like that. But that could just be, my conspiracy theory tinfoil hat. I don't know. Oh, wow. Too fast.
Crazy speeding.
Yeah, if there's one card I want just reverted, straight up reverted, it's Killmonger. I think it's the card I most want to go back just the way it was.
You could find something interesting to do that's different, I think. But no, I would it's not like I would be mad if they reverted. It's not like I was like, oh no, Killmonger's bogging down all of my decks, right? Like
I also really, really, really hate Clog.
Yeah.
And Thanos and stuff like that, right? Like,
well, Thanos is so inconsistent as far as every change goes. I don't know if Thanos is one to worry that much about, but Clog is just
utterly and completely disagree. I think there is no better card in Marvel Snap to ever worry about than how good Thanos is. Because when Thanos is good, are you sure? Have you played the new Thanos decks? Because I think they're actually really good, and people just aren't playing them. Have you played them?
I've been playing a lot of Thanos.
Really?
Playing a lot of Thanos. Yeah.
All right. The control Thanos and that
Thanos deck.
The control Thanos and the one from that guy on Twitter who's Snap Meta Breaker. I really, really liked. Did you play those or no?
I played very similar. Not exact.
I've
been trying so many Thanos lists.
Really? Okay.
I don't know.
So whether we have to worry about Thanos this second or not, what's important to worry about with Thanos is that the second he is good, he is the best deck in the game.
This is true.
But every time Thanos is good, it takes him about 2 weeks to become the best deck in the game, and then that's all anyone plays. So that's exactly why you should worry. Because if this change pushes us towards that, then in 3 weeks, guess what? We're living in a world where every second game is a Thanos game. Again, for the 17th time in this game's history. It's just, that's exactly why Thanos is what to worry about. And all these kind of things that are sort of toxic and Killmonger keeps in check. People want Zoo to be good until Zoo is good. And then they remember how boring it is to play against Zoo.
I just think there's other ways to deal against it.
Both of you talked at once?
Wait, yes.
What? Wait, what?
Flash gets mad at me every time I complain about Zoo being boring. Every time I play Zoo, I want to have a nap and I don't know. Yeah. And I realize I haven't played that Thanos deck since the OTA change, so I might have to give that a try.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, that deck is gross. Zadrex agrees, by the way. Ika did it wrong. We're gonna make Toxie play it, and that'll be our final result. Enchantress should just be a 5/8. That's a great change. This is a great card. They just buffed Enchantress. They nerfed everything else and buffed Enchantress. You disagree? I love
I
Enchantress as a 5/8.
disagree. No.
What? Why? I love
Because
Enchantress.
it makes Cosmic Ghost Rider an irrelevant card.
Fair. Okay, fine. And contextually, sure. It's better than Cosmic Ghost Rider, though. It's
Yeah. Oh,
better.
yeah.
It's better than Legion. It's.
Oh,
is it the best? Is it the best 5-drop in the game immediately?
It's like top 3 for sure.
Like, it's so good.
I don't know. There's Infinity Ultron, you know.
I mean, look. You say that jokingly, but everybody's starting to pick up Infinity Ultron these days.
Well, I say that because Infinity Ultron, if nothing else, is fun.
Oh yeah,
like there's the potential for insane stuff to happen.
Infinity Ultron just frustrates me. Although I do have a new sleeper card, I'm reasonably convinced Esme should be nuts in end of turn.
Mm-hmm. Sure. You know what? In this meta, why not? But Enchantress should go down. I don't know. Like it.
Yeah, it needs to be a 4/6.
Maybe they keep it as a 5/8. Like I don't have a problem with it as a 5/8. I've always used Enchantress as a rug pull for turn 6 anyways, most of the time. It's not like I was pairing it with anything like extremely powerful on turn 6, like at 2 costs. Sure, like there's better 2 costs than 1 cost, but there's some good 1 costs too you can pair with Enchantress on turn 6, especially in like a Scream deck that I've been putting this in where you can pair it with Miles or whatever. This is
or
like
Wiccan.
Or exactly. No, this is a good change, but also a change that I don't want to see, I think, because there's already cards that I think fill in the role. There is Lady Deathstrike, there is Cosmic Ghost Rider that kind of fill the same kind of role as Enchantress, where you just want to get rid of something on their board that's powerful or it can scale or is going to be bad at the end of the turn. And Enchantress kind of just jumps into that, like kind of makes its way into those cards, and I don't want to have to make the decision to cut like a Cosmic Ghost Rider.
So I like Cosmic Ghost Rider.
That's what I would say.
Mm-hmm. Again, cool animation.
Is it?
I love that card.
I love that card. I don't love the animation. It's very basic.
It's still cool seeing him swipe his chains across and wiping. Now the question is, because again, this is probably worse than Cosmic Ghost Rider right now. Does he need to take off a power? Kind of Red Guardian-esque? Because that would make him a 5/9.
Put that card back. Put that card on a 4.
If Cosmic Ghost Rider is a 4, then you can leave Shang.
Yeah. True.
Cosmic Ghost Rider,
that would be very strong. Cosmic Ghost Rider 4 would be very strong.
It'd be the best card, probably.
Yeah. It'd be like
like
watching
Enchantress is better as a 5 than Cosmic Ghost Rider is a 5.
Yeah.
Enchantress is better as a 5 than Cosmic Ghost Rider is a 5, but Cosmic Ghost Rider is better as a 4 than Enchantress is a 4.
Exactly. I would say so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of when and how you want to use them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either which way. Leave Enchantress as this, and she's better. This is the literal only buff of the OTA as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I would say it is better.
Shadow King should just go back to being a 2/2. That's a cute idea, but like he wasn't. It's not like he was a meta presence. He was fine in occasional decks. Leave him alone. I'm glad you decided to nerf all these cards, but like, I mean, you had to nerf him in this because otherwise everyone just runs him because there's no more Shang and XYZ, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like when you put other things back, you can put Shadow King back too. It's fine. You didn't have to like. It's not relevant.
Anything there's nothing else to say. Yeah, like it's just like, oh, you just threw this in there because you could. There's no reason to nerf this. At the height of hand buff stuff with the Mr. Fantastic, nobody was still playing Shadow King, so it's not like it really matters.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, bring it back to 2. But again, I understand they're wanting to try stuff out and try and make it fun. So let them have their fun. But yeah, I do think this is one that needs to be turned back a smidgen.
I guess this is a question that's worth asking. Do you think this meta is more fun?
Okay. I don't think it's fun right now. But I think this changes the next 2 weeks that we're facing. I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think. Like, I think it's going to be fine. I think once we start figuring things out, I think a lot of these tech cards are still relevant, if not even better sometimes, like Enchantress, for example, where you're just going to completely rug pull someone. It's not fun right now because we are just going back to things people know, like, oh, we'll play Hela, we'll play this stuff, and then without any check marks, right? Any question marks. So right now it seems bad. I think it will even out in a couple weeks, just fine.
Yeah, and I think the comment about the like Agatha and things like that. Yes, those decks have been given a lot more room to just do their thing, because what you're putting potentially, 3 20 powers in a lane, that Shang's pointless. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's too early to tell. 1 day in is not enough time to get a balance. Yes, everything is very weird right now, but as with everything, the people that make decks are going to continue coming up with other combinations that are going to work out. And I think I think we need that time to see how this works.
I think this mostly sucks. I am much lower on this. I'm happy with the idea. I don't mind it existing for 2 weeks. But I'm very happy it's only 2 weeks. I think that the land of building big sandcastles is a cute idea, but it's not what I'm into the game for.
Yeah.
Like, part of what I like about Marvel Snap is how early they give you cards like Killmonger and Shang-Chi. I didn't think that Series 1 was an especially interesting experience. And this kind of just feels like Series 1. Where it's just like, who can do the biggest thing? Oh, I can do the biggest thing. Yay. And then Series 2, you start getting like Killmongers and so on, right? Like, and the game becomes a lot more interesting of a place. Depending on, honestly, when you get Killmonger. But like, because like I was
that said,
desperate for Killmonger.
Yes. But also it's bringing out interesting decks. Like, people are putting Valkyrie in, and that's not always the most powerful thing to do, but I think it's
right
changing the way people approach.
So if you want Valkyrie decks, I can find you Valkyrie decks in the regular meta whenever you want. All I have to do is ask Lauren. People are playing bad decks because people want to play bad decks, right? But when people want to play good decks, once we figure out what the good decks are, they're just big decks. It's whatever the most consistent, biggest deck we can make is. I'm 99% sure it's just the best deck. We just don't know what that is yet. And discovering that is not like a process I'm especially interested in iteratively. It's just like, this one goes slightly bigger than that one. I guess this one's better. Oh, this one's slightly more consistent, going slightly bigger than that one. I guess this one's better. Like, all right, cool, I guess. Because that's what the meta is going to come down to.
I will say this. The one thing that I definitely didn't like about this OTA, that's not one thing. It's 2 things, not relating to the cards specifically that they changed. More so that, one, there's still a tournament that's coming up in 3 weeks, which means that whatever this change is so irrelevant to what the meta is going to look like after 2 weeks that it doesn't really give any players who still have hope to make it to the Worlds with the Golden Gauntlet and everything, or other tournaments that are happening. It doesn't really give them anything to practice with or evaluate. You're just going to be slopped into a new meta in 2 weeks, and then you're going to have to figure it out in a week what you're going to play in the tournament, right? So that's one thing. 2, it's great to make these changes that like we talked about, bring up other decks that maybe had restrictions in terms of the meta, but not also tying things with buffs to interesting, like actual buffs to things that we've been asking for so long. It's been so long since an OTA buffed something that made it relevant, where I can cook and I can make interesting decks. It's been so long that this change doesn't like do anything in terms of that. Like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like, put Shang-Chi and Cerebro 2. Like, it's not. There's no cooking that's happening, right? Like, there's nothing that I can cook with.
Don't do that. Don't give people ideas.
It's not a good idea. Don't worry about it. Cerebro 2 is very dead.
No.
In the land of 1,000,000 power, 24 power, and Elaine isn't doing it, or whatever stupid thing Cerebro gets to.
No, so that would be my other point. Is like, hey, like I wish we also tried. Like, if we're taking swings like this, why not try to also buff other things and give us a real different meta, right? Like, this is not a different. Like, it's a different meta significantly, but it's not a new. Like, we're not playing anything new. We're just playing old decks that weren't being played.
This is one day Glenn got on Twitter and someone went, tech soup, blah, blah, blah. And Glenn went, you know what? Fuck you. What if there was no tech? I'm doing it. I'm in charge. Next. That's what this is.
I mean, I also think this is baked into Glenn's DNA. We've heard enough interviews with him and where he's talked about. I can't remember. Was it he likes answers, not threats, and
no, he wants to be asking questions, not running answers.
Thank you. Yes, there you go. And I mean, technically, people are asking questions. And I don't know.
I mean, very technically.
Yeah.
Because what if there were no answers is not the same thing as I don't want to run answers. I think is a fundamental difference, right? What if the answers were just bad? It's not like, yes, then you should definitely be asking more questions, right? Like, it's like asking, like, what about flight before the plane, and being like, what if we just jumped off high things a lot? That's what the answers are now. They're not good answers. That's not how you discover flight. You don't like just jump off mountains and be like, look, one day I'll fly. That's what tech is.
I mean, we do need something like this to happen. Before we move on, just in case, like, we do need something like this to happen so that you can never ever again say whatever tech card needs to be nerfed, right? Like,
no, like, there's a difference between a tech card should be nerfed and all tech cards should be nerfed into oblivion.
Yeah, no, but it's interesting, right? We've never had this, right? Like, we've never had
Look,
Shang-Chi has existed since the game has, right? Like,
I'm interested. I get it. I'm happy. It's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If this was Marvel Snap going forward, I don't know if I could do it.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
All right. Negasonic should just change. 4/5 is better for her. I'm not sure if she's worse, but I also don't like her on 3. I think your 1 through 3 should be relatively safe early game plays as a general rule. You should be able to at least build a little bit before the sandcastles start getting kicked. And Negasonic on 3 was often like backbreakingly difficult. It still can be on 4, obviously, right? But like, I'm more willing to accept that kind of thing from 4s because 4 is the tech slot where that A starts happening in Marvel Snap from Series 1 when Enchantress was a 4-drop, right? And B, it changes the end of turn play so that we can't Negasonic and Sage. That kind of play always annoys me.
Yeah. Yeah, this became a deliberate choice rather than splash in because I'm a priority deck and I can afford to put this after Iron Patriot and there's nothing you can do about it. And remember Jug Negasonic or Jug Cosmo, whatever 2 card turn 6 combo you had. Yeah, none of that is existing, and I think this is totally fine. This should stay 100%. Like, I have no qualms with this.
Nope.
I 100% agree. And I honestly, maybe this is why I've not been playing as well, but I would rather lose my something like Wiccan than a potential big scaler like Thena. And this is the kind of card that can take out those base building cards. They can take out Morbius. They can take out the card that can build up that power. And you're right. I don't think having those cards be able to establish themselves on turn 2 is the worst thing in the world. But then I guess the other question is, if there's no tech against those cards at all with, the other changes in this deck, then, I don't think you can have everything. Like, this is just what if it's oops, all nerf to tech cards. And
those cards still have answers. Those answers just have to happen later in the game, which I think is more interesting. Like you can
Yeah,
still run
agreed.
Cosmic Ghost Rider once they fix Red Guardian, whatever else, right? Like the regular Shadow King, Enchantress
Yeah.
for Morbius is one you shouted out, right? Like you can still do all those things, right?
Mhm.
And that's totally fine. But they're just, you get to do them first before the game stops being fun. And that seems like a reasonable thing to do. Get 3 turns to actually play Marvel Snap before things start exploding.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also don't love Negasonic's design in the first place. I think I'm low on
Yeah.
this. Um, what I don't like about it, I think, is very specifically that it incentivizes you to never put 3 cards in a lane remotely early, unless you're like
Yeah.
ridiculously over the top. And I don't like that play pattern. I don't mind the don't fill a lane early thing. I think that's just like good. But that there's exactly 1 card that says don't put 3 cards here is super shitty to me. Like it's really, really frustrating that 1
Yeah.
card exists and is prominent and says I can only ever put 2 in a lane unless I'm hyper ready for that lane to be locked down now. I don't like that. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
So the worst Negasonic is the happier I am literally because of that 1 interaction. Elias can stay as 6/6 though. I don't know what Elias really accomplishes in the game anymore.
Okay.
I
That
don't.
one I have to disagree.
I thought you would, Wiccan boy.
There is no reason any deck should run this. It's look, the reason you do run this deck is things like we said, Wiccan, right? Like even Wiccan was
Mm-hmm.
cutting this for something like Galactus First Steps lately, because at the end of the day, it's a 6/9 that if you don't get the ball rolling, don't have priority, can't guess the right lane, your opponent isn't playing something that's shut downable in turn 6 or 5. Goliath is irrelevant. It's just a 9 power card, which at least was like, oh, at least I'm playing a 9 power card. You know, you're not gonna do anything with 6 power if it's not completely relevant. Like you're really narrowing it down to like something like you're shutting down one lane with Professor X, and then you're doing this in another lane, and then 100% they have to play in this lane, and that 100% that whatever power they're going to play is not going to be better than 6 power that you're going to play with this card. That's so specific. That's so niche.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
fine that a card
You're-
like
you're-
Goliath is at 6/9 that exists because you got to play around it. Like
You're
everyone plays
totally
around
right.
Goliath.
You're totally right. I just want it to be dead. I don't like the card. I don't think it adds much to the game. Like, I don't think it adds anything that Cosmo and Negasonic don't really, largely. I know that it could shut down some other things. But like
I'd
most of
rather
the other
have
things
that
it
than
shuts down.
Cosmo Negasonic stuff, though.
See, I think Cosmo is perfectly fine. Like, I think we'll get to Cosmo, but I think a 3/3 Cosmo is severely underplayed and does most of the same things Goliath does without being a completely obnoxious fucking card.
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember when Elias came out, and you had I believe one of the things that you said is you never saw Elias because you always assumed that they had it and would always leave before you would put yourself at that risk. And that to me does not sound like a fun way to have to interact with the game. But this is the kind of thing to where maybe 6/9 is too much, maybe somewhere a little bit lower, but I think 6/6 is too low. I think tech cards exist, and I think they need to exist. They just maybe don't need to exist to the same extent and level that it was before. I don't think a 6/10 is good. I don't think his other ability is good to have in the game, as cool as it was when you could pull it off. But I think this is a shot too low. But again, that's the point of this, is to test the waters and to tweak the dials. But yeah, this whole thing, coming up with the Golden Gauntlet that's going to be happening in a few weeks, is what dials are they going to untweak then? And how does that adjustment happen and get filtered through? So I don't know. I think we'll have to see.
I'd be okay with like a 6/8 for this card. Like you can knock a power. 6/6 is too low.
I just don't like the card's existence. I would almost prefer a redesign.
That's a different card. I think it's fine.
Yeah,
think
I
it's
mean,
like-
maybe.
I think it's good that it exists because it's a 6. Like not every deck can afford it like Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
You have to make a specific decision to run this card, even at a 6/9.
I get it. I'm not saying that I don't like the design. Does not mean it is bad design. But for my personal preferences in Marvel Snap, I do not want this to exist.
Yeah, I get that too.
Red Guardian is the exact same thing as Shadow King. It wasn't seeing play as a 3/2. Just put it back.
It's a joke.
Yeah. It was the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want everyone to just run this because we nerfed everything else. Let's make it go away.
Yeah. I don't have a ton more to say about that. And
Yeah,
the fact that he works
3-0 is real
with
bad.
Ravonna is interesting.
I mean, sure. You still shouldn't run him.
You might as well say this card doesn't exist in the game.
Yeah, like if someone's playing this and you lose to it, just know that they're losing a lot more games than they're winning.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they beat you with it and you're like, oh no, got me. And then just move on and know that, like, even if they got you for 8, they probably lost 8 games. This is a very, very bad card right now. 3-0 is like, even 3-2, right? Like, it's like shit. Yeah. And put Cosmo back, please. I think Cosmo was basically perfectly designed.
Yeah.
Like, Cosmo I love as a 3. Yeah, Cosmo needs to be a 3/3. I get why he's a 4/6, and 4/6 isn't like terrible stats, but I don't like it. There's enough stuff that he needs to shut down that he needs to be a 3. They didn't release enough anti-on reveal attack because Cosmo was so good, so I think he's still important to have.
And there's still a lot of like early collection level strategies that depend on like Devil Dinosaur on 5, and then you Mystique and Cosmo that or something like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that this card does that we don't give enough credit to. Like, yeah, in high meta, it might not be relevant right now, but it has been many, many, many times. And yeah, it was always fine. It's fine.
Yeah, Cosmo needs to be put back. So we all agreed on the following cards: Shadow King, Red Guardian, and Cosmo should be reverted. And we agreed that Negasonic should be kept the same.
Yes.
I think Enchantress should be kept the same, and this was a buff. We agree that this was a buff, but not that it should be kept the same.
Yeah.
We have no common ground over Eliath.
Yeah.
And very little common ground over Shang-Chi and Killmonger. Fair?
I think more Killmonger, I think we mostly agree. Like, this, the way it is, cannot stay. But what they do with it is a different.
Yeah. Can we get a shout out to Smiles, please? All right.
I already did that. Calm down. I got.
So sorry. So sorry. Since now he streams with the TTV on his name. Smiles, by the way, is the Snap Academy on YouTube. Anyone listening on the podcast YouTube, if you're not listening to the Snap Academy and you want some really expert opinions from people that are way too mean to each other, but it's hilarious, go check it out. All good?
It's meanness with love. It is it's a generational.
Wait, you're telling me someone loves Zenade? I don't believe you.
Wow.
Someone was like, "You were mean to him." I was like, "Yeah, it's Zenade. It just kind of happens."
Yeah, that's the relationship. It's like comedians roasting each other.
He is purposely argumentative, so you end up arguing. Oh, all right. Final thoughts on this? Any final thoughts?
I don't know. I think my final thoughts would be the same that I've said before. I like, this is great that they do stuff like this. I just wish that they did more buffing to cards that people have been screaming every OTA week. I see posts from different content creators and players that are like, "Oh, can we get a rework on this or buff this or something?" I'm down.
When did Kang come out? A week after.
I should remember because I was
High Evolutionary, right?
Oh, it was way before that. I think.
It was the.
Yeah, no, it was way before that.
No, was it?
Yeah,
I thought it was right.
Kang released not long after Shuri.
Yes, Kang was pre. Kang was pre whatever Spotlight Caches. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 months
High
before
Evo was
during that time.
Kang is February 2023.
Kang was February
2023, and High Evo was December? No,
April.
Not
High
December.
Evo was spring. Definitely spring.
That's insane.
Nope, December 2024.
No.
According to the sponsor of this episode, Marvel Snap Zone.
Something's wrong there. High Evo wasn't December.
Yeah, I will figure that
99.9%
out
sure.
because I don't remember that.
I'm 90% sure High Evo was in the spring.
May 24. No.
Oh, maybe.
No, that can't be right. I'll
High
figure
Evo
it
was
out.
Quantumania season with Ghost and Stature.
Oh, yes. That makes sense.
Who would have thought the best card from that season would have been Stature? All right, I feel like we're well off topic now.
Yes.
I mostly like this for a short-term thing. Although I gotta be honest, I'm less motivated to boot up Marvel Snap than I was 2 days ago, which is probably not where you wanted to be.
What I'm annoyed with is why they did not just make it clear this is an imbalance patch, because people don't read. I assume it is because they got so much flack on the imbalance patch and everybody was angry about that.
They assured us it would be made clear. They were like, everyone will know. Don't worry about it. I mean, announce it in your videos too, but like everyone will know. And clearly, the ball was dropped somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, because
I also
it wasn't
think that, like, maybe they want room. They want room to say like, oh, we never meant this as an imbalance patch, and they keep whatever, right? Like, if it turns out this was a genius play, right? They have plausible deniability to be like, we always meant this to be a real OTA.
Okay. We all good?
Yeah. Yep.
We have a variant of the week. Yeah, I don't know. We all picked the same one. It's Mobius, but it's the hit Mobius because this is the best.
Yep.
This is, and I want to be clear, not only the best Mobius in the game, the best end hip in the game, and one of the top 5 art pieces in the game.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably good.
Yeah.
I think the jet ski is overrated, and I think people who think it's better are wrong. Sorry.
I mean, does it have an alligator on his shoulders?
No, exactly.
Or a Volt Loki pin? Or the Owen Wilson face?
Yeah, the Owen Wilson face is great.
Yeah.
I mean, there
or
is
a single buck tooth.
Yeah, that was gonna say there's a little like artistic thing where it kind of looks like a tooth, but you know,
yeah,
that can be forgiven for how good the rest of it is.
Unbelievably good art. He's even got the little TVA device that looks like a Game Boy. Come on.
And even the frame break is like so well done.
It's one of the best pieces of art in the game. I need to get Mobius Gold sometime soon. I keep forgetting. I keep slacking on doing that.
Yeah, I got him inked on 4. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I got him inked on 4, and I was like, that's fine.
Yeah. Mobius, the last tech card standing, or at least the last, I think, Series 3 tech card standing that's any good. Rogue is bad, y'all. You should probably stop playing Rogue. Yeah. Super Scroll's really good, though.
Mm-hmm. Also, one thing I wanted to say that I forgot, I bet you Fothor Newman really wishes this the Killmonger changes happened before the gauntlet. Although it would have screwed up. Never mind, it would have ruined what he was doing anyway.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, he does not.
No, he probably wishes my change that I had suggested would have been the case.
Fair enough. All right. Remember to follow Ika. Why should we follow Ika?
Has blonde hair.
Yeah,
naturally.
Naturally, it's the sun.
The Canadian sun.
Yeah.
He wears a reverse hat. He wears the hat around his face and leaves his hair exposed.
That's true. No, you should follow me because look, I'm the person that's willing to sacrifice all my ranks to test things and try things to see if they're good or not. And I think that's fun to watch. Sometimes I will go crazy because I keep losing and I can't figure the meta out. But when I do, you're going to be there and you're going to be like, whoa, damn, this deck is going to be so famous and I was right here for it. So do follow me, please.
And you know what I want to say about that too? Even when things go rough, you are one of the more chill people. You remind me of Flash in that respect, to where you don't tilt and get furious and annoyed.
Okay.
He used to not. He does now a little bit more so, but okay, so you were old Flash, to where you're just like, you get annoyed, but it's not virulent. It's not aggressive. It is you're willing to laugh at yourself. And the rank that you sacrifice, you always end up finding a way to usually make it up too. So
yeah.
it encourages you to test. And I think you are one of the people that is the most creative in trying to find new things.
As long as they run Pixie or Wiccan. And sometimes Scream when he's feeling real wild. But
It's true.
the reason you should follow Ika is because Hades is coming out on September 25th. And if anyone has ever played Hades 1 and would like to play Hades 2, you know the best thing about the game is how sexy everyone is. If you are craving that level of sexiness in your Marvel Snap, you should follow Ika and Toxic Soul King. And then you'll get all the sexiness out of Marvel Snap that you do out of Hades.
It was a long road that you took, but I'm glad we got to the destination.
You've been on like 17 times. Once you've been on more than like 3 times, I'm just like, gotta find a new thing to say.
I mean, I thought you were going with the fact that I'm probably going to be playing Hades 2 for the next month and a half or whatever it's going to take me, because I'm gonna
not download it because like there will be no videos. And that will be the end of Marvel Snap content. The second I download
y'all
Hades.
do realize Hades 2 has been out for a significant period of time. Yes, early access, but this is their early access. That game was incredibly polished when they released it into early access.
That's fine. It's not it's not out, it's not out. That's just it. If it's not out, it's not out. When it's out, it's out.
Yeah, I'd rather see the full package.
Yeah, me too. But I can't buy it. I literally cannot buy it. Like, Dragon Quest is one thing. Hades is a whole nother ballgame. If you've never played Hades 1 is...
Yeah.
I don't want to... Okay. I've never played a video game that's better.
Yeah.
It's very addictive.
Yep.
It's in the best way possible. Like, you don't feel bad that you're addicted. You love it.
Yeah.
And my kids do not play games like that. The closest they play is Zelda. Both of my children were obsessed with the game for months. My one daughter beat it like probably 10, 15 times. I know that's an infinite number of times, but she completed it that many times.
There is an end. I mean, you can, but like there is an end to the story eventually. If you I beat it until the end of the story, and then I beat it like 3 more times. I was like, we've actually unlocked basically all the content unless I'm looking for weird side conversations, and I felt good. But I definitely, like, it was during COVID too. So it would be like, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. It would be like, kids, do your work. I'm sitting on my couch at home, and then I'd be like, and Hades time. Like the lesson would finish, I'd be like, all right, time to like do your group work, and they'd do their group work, and I'd get a run of Hades in, and when the run of Hades was over, I'd come back and be like, group work's over. How'd you know the timer? I don't know. The run of Hades takes about 36 minutes, and there we go.
There is a timer in Hades.
Yeah, I know.
There is.
It's perfect. Definitely didn't go through the bell playing Hades once or twice. That would never happen.
And it's such a hands-off game. You could just have it on in the background and not think about anything, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is. And I have no reflexes, and I still got good at Hades. So I played with the like easier mode thing on that they put in the game for the first like, I don't know, 10, 15 times I beat it. Because I beat it like 50 times to get the good ending, right? And like by the end, I had turned it off. It was totally fine. It made me good at it with my bad old man reflexes. And Hades and Ika are par for the course. One is the best at Marvel Snap. One is the best at video games. Follow Supergiant Ika.
Both very handsome.
Obviously, yes. Although Hades has a severe lack of mustaches of this quality. So if the thing you're missing from Hades is mustaches, Ika's also got you covered.
Speaking of that, Ika, are you ever going to do the little curl on the mustache again? It's been a bit. I think you had that once, didn't you?
I do it whenever it feels like it, I think. I think it's taken a mind of its own now. It just tells me what it wants.
We should credit the mustache. It's what builds the decks.
Yes. It's like idle hands, but it's idle mustache. And it's just going to commit a killing spree soon. And
all right. In addition, please remember to follow Nick the Greek Geek. Every follow pushes the kids a little bit off the teat. The teat. Every time I say the teat, he gets really excited. It's my favorite thing. All right. Come check out the Patreon, patreon.com/snapjudgments. we're looking for more Patreons. So if you're willing, that's fine. I got to figure out what I'm doing for the exclusive video tomorrow because I don't think I can go over the decks from last week and be like, here's what their stats are now because the OTA ruined that.
Nope.
So I'll figure out what that Patreon
Yep.
exclusive video will be relatively soon. But thank you to Jonesy Snap22, Abigail Lisa Mentor, Bernard, Eric Carlos, Ali B, Inkai, Frozen Hunter, Never Did, Prime, Brian, Ryanberg, Ryan Wood Snap, Bernard, Go for Kev Kelter, Caretakes Lee, Corey, because your Archangel 3K, Black Dahlia, Profos, Code, Secret Code, Hollow, Synth, Fat Nick, Absolute Shannon, Dirty Cattle, Dark Bogle, Mr. Purple, Cables, Ginger Prime, Billy, Haplo, Kenny, Logged, The Daniel, The Bizza, Black James, The Extra C, Skippy, Jessica Gamble, Slush, The King, Bird, Craig, Kazoo, Werewolf, Yoda, Clam, Colonel Forbin, Rob Silverman, David G. Wingfield, Steven, Brian Coffin, Justin Martin, Jason B, Matt V, Corbin, John Q, Jimmy Q, Yes Out, Ace, One Big Man, Kickstack, Reacher, Steve O, 131, Yo Marco, Ted Pro, Kid Proto, Snap Decision Show, Big D Boom Bot, Bricks 2, Click, Green Goblin, Unibot V2, Fluffer is Expectors, Woot, Only Fox, Matt H, GG1 Contact, No Freaking Flex, Nick, King Heineck, Texel Kings, 74, King of Canada, JJ, Demman, Falcon, Fopler, Newman, Two Ties, Great Lord of the Park King Tucker, and of course, Gunny T, where the T stands for bye, everybody.
Bye.
Peace and love.
Bye.